Hey guys, I'm Drago, and today I have another art app for you guys. We are once again taking a look at an art app that promises to teach you how to draw, and we are going to have our fingers crossed that it's better than the last lot. Because I'm tired, guys. Can we please have a good app for once? Anyways, today's app is called Drawing Desk Learn to Draw, and it's one that popped up a lot while I was searching for the other apps we've looked at. And it's the first one that I've really looked at and thought this looks quite decent. The promotional images look good, the reviews are good, they're not too over the top, but they're not too negative either. And in general, it just seems like a pretty decent app. Though when I had a closer look at the description and immediately saw the word AI, I was like, well, at least they're not trying to hide it, I guess. That's something. I'm just going to pretend for the minute that I didn't see that, and we're just going to go have a look at what this app is all about. And so I downloaded it, let it install, and now we're going to see if this app is worth your time or not at all. Let's do this. Also, before we get going, I would like to quickly apologise if my microphone sounds a bit weird in the recorded sections. I've been messing around with the filters on OBS to try and suppress some background noise. It is messing with the microphone a little bit though. So I apologise if it sounds weird in those sections. I'm trying my best to sort it out and find the best filters on OBS that just work for cutting out the background noise but also don't f*** around with the microphone itself. So yeah, again, apologies for that. I'm trying to sort it out. And yeah, anyways, let's go. Upon first opening the app, I got given a very similar sort of intro video that we saw in Simply Draw. And by similar, I mean it's almost like exactly the same sort of style, including this person talking to us, sitting in a studio of some kind, with pencil in hand. It's basically Simply Draw all over again. And then we are greeted with the questionnaire that we are very familiar with by this point. The app then asks us to review it even though we literally haven't even tried it yet. And then... okay, immediately. Wow. Yeah, I should have really expected that, shouldn't I? I'm hoping an X is going to pop up somewhere, so I don't have to do this yet, because I always like to see what the free experience is like first before I go for the trial. But I cannot see an X popping up anywhere. What if I click that? It's not actually letting me continue. I don't want to do this yet. Like, can I press that and then cancel it? Few more plans. Oh god, can I just not go normally? I don't want to... Oh my god, I don't want it now. No. Okay, I've got to restart the damn app because I can't get out of this. Hang on. Oh god, she's back.
Easy.
Hang on, I'm going to have a really close look at her this time. It's really hard to tell because the video is such low quality. But I don't currently see anything too off about her. Okay, I don't want to do this yet, game. Can I get out of this in any way? Like, I can scroll that. I don't see any X or anything. I don't want this yet. Like, if it's going to force me to get it straight away, then yeah, okay, I guess I'll have to do it. But you guys, if you've watched these videos before, you know that I always like to try the free version first and then go on to the trial to see what the premium will give you. But I can't, like, it's not giving me any way to get out of this. Like, at least on the other apps, if I waited for a while and the X would show up. But here, there is nothing showing up for me to get out of this. Like, I can't press the actual back button for Android either for it to, you know, send me out of this. My only choice is to click that. I don't want this right now. 4,651 users went premium this week. Yeah, because they have no bloody choice when they open the app. Oh my god. There's gotta be a way not to do this. There has to be a way. Like, I'm stuck again now. I don't understand. Oh, I see it. It's up there. It was hidden by this stupid... Hang on. Let's move that out of the way. I don't even know what that is, but it's to do with the tablet. It's up here. I can barely see that. Can you guys see that? Holy moly, how was I meant to spot that? Okay, we found our way out. Now that I'm finally free from Paywall Hell, I was able to have a good look around at the home page. And honestly, all looked good. Couldn't really see any glaring AI. Of course, I did notice the fact that a majority of these drawings have a little crown on them. And if you know mobile apps, then you know what a crown means. It tends to mean premium, which is the paid for subscription. So that sucks that, like, basically every single drawing has that little crown by it, but I'm gonna keep scrolling and see if I could find something. And that's when I came across this. Okay, so not only have I noticed the little crown on almost everything, but this is definitely AI. If you look at her hand holding the glasses, and on 1, 2, 3, yeah, she has 6 fingers. There's 6 fingers there, just gonna point that out. Not even properly holding the glasses. The badge is going over the collar, which wouldn't be happening. The collar would be going over the badge. It's a very inconsistent art style, you know, some parts have outline, some parts don't. This is very much AI, probably. Or at least art that was edited by AI, but that hand, 100% AI right there. We have the, you know, usual culprits here already. We have the Paywall Premium, because as you can see, a majority of these have the bloody crown on them. And we have AI in the app. However, having a look around, I've not seen any of these looking like they're AI yet. Now I have seen that they are willing to use AI, I wouldn't be surprised if any of these are AI. But I haven't seen any that stand out yet, except for maybe these anime ones, actually. This one looks a little bit suspicious, this one looks a little bit suspicious. I don't know why, I couldn't tell you why, but they just have that vibe annoyingly. And I hate that there's this AI vibe, because it's like AI was trained off stolen artwork from other artists, and that means some artists unfortunately have an art style that AI has copied, and therefore their art looks like AI, and it's like, I hate that mentality, and I hate having that in my head. But there are just some things like this right here that have an AI vibe to them. Currently, from what I can tell, a majority of this isn't AI, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's AI interspliced within it, considering we have just seen AI right here. For now, let's see what we can do for free, and it looks like currently the only thing is literally a free daily lesson, meaning you can literally only do one thing a day, if that's true. Let's have a look. It's not even free. Okay, cool. Oh, it's like an art workout clone. Trace art. It's literally exactly art workout. Hey, if you guys want to see me try this app, then let me know in the comments down below. Wait, watch an ad? It's 3 adverts! Are you kidding me? It's not an advert, it's 3 adverts, for crying out loud. Oh my god, really? I swear, I get war flashbacks every time this thing comes up. Also, this app flipped so that I can't actually use my case to... Oh my god, this is annoying. Like, I don't... Yeah, so if you didn't catch that, basically my tablet case has 2 ways to pop it up. One way has it fully upright and the other way has it only partially up at a small angle. I prefer my canvas to be flatter on the table, but I like the small angle pop up, so I was trying to use that one. But to do that, I technically have to have the tablet upside down, which is fine for most things as the screen will adapt, except for this app for some reason flipped it back over and refused to flip around to the orientation that I needed it to be in. So I was fiddling around trying to get a way for it to work in that orientation, and I dropped my tablet and it landed on the spacebar on my keyboard, and that just stopped the recording. Really was foreshadowing for how chaotic this video is about to be, guys. Like, buckle in. Guys, my tablet fell over and stopped the recording. Whoops. But anyways, here we go. So it's just told me to trace over the line. So I guess that's what we are going to do. This currently feels like a mix between Simply Draw and Art Workout. Can I zoom? I can. Okay. Now, we're about to see... I've had to pop my tablet up in a really weird way that's awkward to me. In fact, I'm just going to change how I've done this. Because I had my tablet propped up in the right way and then the app flipped over and it was like, no, you're not going to be oriented that way. How dare you? So now I'm having to find things to pop my tablet up with. Give me a moment. Oh no. Oh no, my shaky hands. And I should probably actually do what I know how to do as a fucking artist. And that's, you know, move my arm and not just my wrist. There we go. Can I rotate? Yes. Okay. That's gonna make it easy to do that line. Oh, you can see where my hand is touching. Can I erase? Is that an eraser? Yes. Nice. Okay. Oh god, I'm crap at circles. You guys have seen that I'm crap at circles. For some reason that line won't undo. Okay, I guess I'm just have to erase it. Oh my god, that's gonna be annoying. Yeah, for some reason it just wouldn't undo that line, so I guess I'm doing it manually. I'm not pretty used to this tablet again. Maybe I should have just done this on my iPad. Because this tablet is huge and I am not used to it. Gonna be shaky, but you know what? It'll work, hopefully. Oh my god, guys, I am a professional artist, I swear. I don't draw on this kind of tablet usually. Trying to do what I would usually do when drawing. So I would usually do that and then erase the tips. You know what? I'm not going to be worried about when it being 100% accurate, you know? Let's see how nicely it lets you do your own thing. Or if it's going to be like Art Workout where it's super strict. Oh, pop. I heard there was a pop. We did. Okay. Not as strict as Art Workout.
Now, let's add a playful jack-o'-lantern beside the bat.
This cross in the middle is like just not really doing anything for you. I feel like this is coming into that problem that a lot of apps have, where they teach you how to draw the one specific thing, but don't actually teach you what you need to learn how to do your own art. Can we undo game? Apparently not. Okay. But yeah, it's like, it's teaching me how to do this one specific thing. And it's the same problem I had with Art Workout, because like, how is this teaching me how to draw in general? How is this teaching me any techniques? Like, it's showing me this cross technique that a lot of people use for things like human faces and stuff, because that allows you to find the middle of the face. Can you shut up? It allows you to find the middle of the face, and that is a valid technique, but I don't see any reason to use it here, especially not on the pumpkin. It's not telling you why it's important or helpful, it's just making you do it. And that's always the problem I have with this kind of thing.
Time to create a more polished look. Add an outlining layer.
Oh. Outline layer. Oh. Hello. I'm just going to real quick go through and untick everything as I always do. So now we have an outline layer. Oh my god, go away.
First up, let's outline the bat, giving it a cheerful expression.
Wait, is it just doing it for me? Wait, what? Oh, I was gonna say, is it just doing the line out for me? Jesus, okay. Wait, is there pressure sensitivity? No, it felt like there was for a second, but there isn't. That's a thick line art right there. Jesus Christ. So shaky, oh my god. I keep putting blots of... this drawing glove is doing nothing. But what you probably should have done is told me, line your sketch and not give me these things to trace over. But the problem is also, it's like, here's these eyebrows that are tapered off. Like, look how the eyebrows tapered. And I would do that on my other art program by just doing a line like that and letting pressure sensitivity do the taper for me. There's no pressure sensitivity here. So I can only just do a flat one like that. And I can't even change the size of my brush as far as I'm aware. Can I change the size of my brush? There's the layers. Oh, okay. You can change layers, you can change color. Can I change my brush size? Yes. I can, but that was already on as small as it can get anyway. So I can't even go any smaller than this, so never mind. It doesn't help me. You know what I need is a stroke stabilizer. Because as you can see, I cannot apparently function without a stroke stabilizer. This is awful. This is why I do digital art, guys, because I rely on stroke stabilizers. Everything's going wrong, guys. This video's chaos. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if I'm allowed to add my own flair to it. I can't actually zoom in any more than that. Am I allowed to add a bit more to it? Because I would usually go in and do this. So like where you've got areas that would have more shadow, I will then go and add in line weight variation just like this. And I'm just wondering if it's going to punish me for this or not. That's what I'm curious about. Because to me, being able to experiment in art is the most important thing. Because if you experiment, then you're going to learn what works for you. And I don't think you're going to be able to learn unless you can experiment. And it seems like it is actually going to let me. So I'm just going to do what I want to do here. So that popping of that arrow is very annoying. So I'm on the thinnest brush I could possibly be on, and that's making it hard to do these details right here, which is a bit of a problem. Like, it gave me those details like these teeth down here, but with a brush this thick, it's really hard to add in details like that without it just looking chunky and everything undefined. And so that's a really weird pumpkin stem. I mean, I assume it's meant to look curved and curled, but kind of weird. God, I miss my stroke stabilizer, guys, and my pressure sensitivity for that matter. Can I have them back, please? I want them back. No, stop it. Now, the undo is incredibly, like, it just doesn't work. The app is lagging. Did you see that there? Oh my god. This is like a very new tablet, so it should not be lagging like that.
Looking spooky and fun. Hide layer 1 to remove the rough sketches for a cleaner canvas.
So last time I pressed do it for me, and I'm going to press guide me. So it just shows me how to do it, and then I can obviously go do it. This is simply George jump scare, Jesus Christ. So when it says colouring layer, does it want it above or below? Okay, we're doing it above, I guess. Usually I would do it below, but I guess we're doing it above.
To keep the colors under the outline, swap layer 2 with layer 3.
Oh, okay, there it is, yeah. I was going to say, we don't want it above the line art, that won't work. So I guess I hold and drag down like any other art program. There we go. What? Oh my god. I did two things. I made a new layer and I moved it, and I get another advert. It's going to be one of those, isn't it, where it's like going to bombard you with adverts so that you feel so annoyed that you buy their premium. It pops this up after every advert as well. Whoa, what is happening here? Hello? Just feel the back of the shade of grey, follow along with me. Jesus Christ, what? You want me to follow all of those lines? No, I'm doing it my own way, thank you very much. Tip if you're doing sort of long, big areas of colour like this, where you've got your pen down on the canvas for a long period of time. Like, see there, I just made a mistake, and then I coloured in that whole leg. So if I want to get rid of that little mistake and I undo, then it's going to undo everything I just did. So if you're doing this sort of thing, where you're colouring in a lot, and you're doing it by hand, then I would recommend lifting your pen quite frequently, so if you do need to undo, you don't lose much. That's just a little tip for you guys. Again, I can't go any smaller on the brush, so like... Oh, I can actually. Oh, there we go. So it lets me go smaller on this brush, but not on the brush I use for line work. Thanks, game.
For its wings, add ash-colored strokes for a soft, ghostly vibe.
Did you see the guide go over the lines then?
Ready for the jack-o'-lantern? Use bright orange strokes to fill in its body. Perfect for that glowing look.
Her voice sounds like that TikTok voice. I'm sure you guys know which one I'm on about. And her voice kind of sounds like that. I'm pretty sure her voice is probably AI. This isn't a real person's voice. But you know, so far I do like the fact that it's letting me experiment more than Art Workout did. Because like if I really wanted to, I could change the colour here and it wouldn't punish me for that, which is nice. So I like that it lets you be a bit more experimental with that. That I'm allowed to... Oh, fuck. Is there a colour picker tool? I don't think there is a colour picker, that's a problem. We're just gonna have blotches of orange on that guy now, I guess. But as I was saying, I like how it lets you experiment more than Art Workout did. Because like I said, this really is like Art Workout mixed with Simply Draw. It's like if the two apps had a bloody child or something. Quite frankly, I like this direction. I just have that problem of it's not teaching me any techniques, it's just teaching me how to draw this one thing. But it is teaching me about layers, which is pretty nice. You know, beginner artists moving from traditional to digital might not know about layers, so it's pretty good that it's teaching me that. Oh my, you know what, at this point I'm just going to blur these ads. I'm not giving Simply Draw any fucking free advertisement, no way.
Alpha Lock Layer 2 to ensure
Oh.
our shading and detailing stay neatly within the
It's
lines.
teaching you about Alpha Lock. Nice. Okay. I like that because that is a very, very helpful tool and quite important technique to know about. So this means that anything we now add on top won't go outside of the lines. If I do this, right, and then I go here, oh look, it's not going outside of the lines. It'll go anywhere within the layer, but it will not go outside of the layer. And that's why Alpha Lock is a really good, important tool. So I'm very glad it's teaching you that. That's really good that it's teaching you that. I can kind of see what they're doing with the lines in that they're just trying to show you sort of how I can do it. Like I can do swirling motion for these irises and preferably not have that happen. I guess that's what they were trying to do with it. Oh my god! Since it's more of just the same sort of thing, very standard, I just went through the colouring quietly and I kept getting bombarded by ad after ad after ad. And what were those ads? God damn Simply Draw. Oh my god. Actually had me crashing out. Seriously, in the time between me starting the colouring and finishing the colouring, I got not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Simply Draw adverts, one after the other. And that's not even counting the 2 that I got during the sketching and line work. So that's 6 so far overall. Simply Draw must be spending a fortune on their advertising, like holy moly.
Now, apply low opacity black strokes to create shadows on the jack-o'-lantern for a haunting glow.
I like that it's teaching you shading and opacity, but you shouldn't just use pure black. Really, you should be using a colour that is similar to the colour you're shading over, but also with a tinted colour to show whatever colour of lighting you're going for and the general atmosphere and environment your character or subject is in. Black is really only good for proper cartoony shading or like I did on the line work, you know, just filling in really dark bits and adding a bit more depth to the lines. But it shouldn't really be used for more realistic shading. And I would also recommend using blending modes instead and blending layers such as opacity, multiply, shade, shine, screen, all of those sort of things, which will automatically adapt a shade to the color underneath it. So for example, if you just want a neutral blue, you can just get yourself a blue in the color wheel and then switch your layer to something like multiply, and it will automatically just apply that over the shade and adapt it as needed for you, so you don't have to be making the new tones yourself every single time. But for now, we'll do what the game says and do the opaque black shading, which I would not recommend doing, but it's what it wants us to do, so here we go. I mean, as you can see, it just immediately takes any saturation out of the colour. I would also do all of this on a different layer rather than on the same layer as my colouring, but again, we're just doing what the app wants us to do. Also, the problem with this, as soon as I let go, if I don't do it in one continuous stroke, you can see that anything that goes over what's already there gets darker. That's the other issue with doing it with this method.
Let's add highlights.
Oh, I missed a bit. I'm really rushing this. Also, again, same as black, don't use pure white, just exactly the same reasoning as I said before. I am rushing through this a bit now because I want to record as much of this app as possible. Oh my god, and this doesn't help.
For extra charm, add dark pink strokes to detail the bat's ears.
Really? You should have done this before the shading, but okay. Okay, so it lets you go back in and just edit it as you want. Yeah, so it lets you go back in. Oh, and it gives you everything. So you can just edit it as you want. Okay. So can I now have a colour picker? No, I guess I'm not allowed a colour picker. Is there seriously not a colour picker anywhere? I genuinely don't think there is. That is... Oh my god. Hang on a second. I can't use... I'm so baffled by all the paywalls that I'm losing my words right now. I can't use any brushes other than what it originally gave me unless I pay. So, paywalls are rampant. Let's just keep going. Wait a second. Hang on a minute. Did I see what I think I just saw? Don't like that. I don't like that one bit. How do I look at what I've already drawn? Hello? I can't do anything without this fucking app showing up. Oh my god. Yeah, I did see what I thought I saw. Okay. I did see that. So I'm just going to have a look at everything I could possibly do. So you've got, oh, okay, can't do that without paying. How about text? Can't do that without paying. How about shapes? Oh, I could do shapes. At least that's something. Can I use the lasso tool? Nope, can't even use the lasso tool without paying. Like one of the most basic tools in art. Can I use symmetry? Yes, interesting. Okay, can I use this? Yes, I can transform. Okay. And moment of truth, I'm going to assume it's going to ask me to pay. No. So this is obviously all just going to be AI filters, generative AI, which I hate using, but I do like to see what it's going to do just to show you guys, and usually show off why it's bad. Oh, okay, it wants coins and I don't have any coins, so never mind. But yeah, just there's AI, there's generative AI, and that's never good. Never good in an art app. Anyways, let's have a quick look to see if there is absolutely anything else that I can do without having to pay. So of course, all of these artworks, everything except for the 3 daily lesson is paid for. So let's have a look at these things down the bottom. So we've got goals, which, yep, all paid. Have a look at that. That's all got the little crown, which indicates that it's paid. Got lessons, like down here. Oh my fucking god, that's terrifying. What about masterclasses? So this is where you get the proper videos. That's it though, apparently. There's literally there's those 3 and that's it. Okay, gotta pay for them anyway, so it looks like we're gonna have to go and do the free trial in order to test out the rest of the capabilities of this app and see if it's even worth paying for premium. And I have a feeling it's not gonna be worth it. Okay, hang on though. That is like nothing compared to other apps we've looked at. That is nothing compared to the other apps we've looked at. In fact, that's about how much my car costs a tax a year. So that gives me more hope that maybe this might be worth it for this price, because the problem is the others just weren't worth it for their extortionate price. This one might actually be, so we're going to find out. All right, there we go. I've just got the premium trial and everything's unlocked, as we can see. Oh my god, they have Punched a Monkey here. He's that viral, guys. Actually, looking at that one, it's interesting me because you can see texture on it and it looks like it's going to teach you some texture there. In fact, some of them do have proper texturing on them. That looks like it's actually going to teach you some rendering in places. But again, it seems to all be the issue that it's just going to teach you that one thing, and that doesn't help if you don't know how to apply that later on, you know. However, these character design ones interest me more because these look like they could potentially be more general ideas of designs. You know what? I'm going to go on this sketching animals one and see what this does. Oh wait, is it a video? It's a video, okay.
Welcome to Module 2, the structures from basic geometric shapes. In this module, we are going to take things further.
What happened?
Sketches
what happened? I'm just going to back out. I broke it. I broke it somehow. I can't back out. Okay, exit. There we go. No, wait, exit. Please get me out of here. My brain can't. Here we go. We're back to the video. The video's here. Jesus Christ, what the hell happened there? And now I'm here. Oh my god, what the hell happened there? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go back and try and watch that again. And I really want to have a look at her because that's a different woman than who we saw at the start. Oh, it won't let me watch the video again. Wow, okay. Well, if I click on the human characters one, maybe that'll help. There we go. Let's watch this. So these are the masterclasses, okay.
Sketching is a loose way of defining the character based on the structures we have built.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think she's real. I don't think she's AI. Voice might be AI, but I think she's real. It's not what I thought it was. Okay, I was hoping this would be more like it would give you a bit more freedom. It would actually teach you the techniques rather than making you do more tracing. But it looks like it's just going to make you do more tracing. So that's unfortunate because I think if it could actually properly teach you character design, that'd be cool and not have you trace. Yeah, because it's just going to force me to draw their character that they want me to draw, and it doesn't really help.
Welcome to Module 4.
Okay, now I have AI suspicions. I don't think this woman's real. Also, the background, I can't tell if that's just... No, the background is AI. Look at those paintbrushes. They're just melting. Help them. I'm getting a little bit sick of the same thing over and over, guys. You know, the paywalls and then the AI, and it's just tiring at this point. It's a bit tiring. I'm going to try this one, though, because I'm interested on how this is going to help me out on this one.
Let's start by sketching a pentagon shape to represent the palm.
That's a totally different voice than the woman that was just talking, but okay. I'm just curious if this can actually help give me any tips, because I am crap at drawing hands, so I just want to try this one. I'm going to draw how I would normally draw, and I'm just going to see if this can actually help me, because I can't draw hands, and I'm curious if this is actually going to teach me anything at all. So my problem is that it's like, okay, yeah, now I know that I need a pentagon and then a couple parallel lines and a rectangle. But how do I know where the end of this rectangle is meant to go if it didn't give me this line to draw, you know? If it wasn't making me trace, then I wouldn't know where the end of that rectangle is meant to meet with the wrist. And that's, you know, that's not going to help, because I need to know that if I want to draw hands from scratch myself without tracing. So that's where I think these kind of apps are a bit of a problem, because they don't tell you why things are, they just show you and make you do it without telling you why it's important or why it's that way.
Overlapping with the index finger, draw a small house-like shape to serve as the guide for the remaining fingers.
House-like shape? That's not a good enough description. And again, you give me no indication of where it should start and finish. It's just a random point here on the hand. Why is this point here? Why is this point here? Why does it end here? Why does it start here? Like, it doesn't tell you that. And as a result, I cannot take this away and work from it from scratch. I can't take any learnings away from this because it's not telling me why. It's not letting me learn why I need this shape and how everything is relative to each other in size and perspective and all of that sort of thing. It means that I can only do this if I were to trace what it gives me, and that's not learning. That doesn't help.
Nope.
What? Guys, I pressed undo to undo this line and it just got rid of the whole fucking finger, man. I'm frustrated with this app. I really am frustrated with this app. Can I go back a step? Previous step. Yes, I can. Okay, good. I don't understand what it's making me do here, but okay. Is it maybe trying to help me identify each part of the hand? I don't know. We'll see what it's doing because I'm a little bit confused right now.
Switch to the eraser tool and add creases to distinguish the fingers, following the guidelines.
What? Okay, this is a really, really, really weird way to do this. Well, that's as small as it goes. That's what we're doing, I guess. You know, I've never heard of anyone doing it this way, and I feel like there might be a reason for that. How am I supposed to get those curves from this rectangle, though? It doesn't even match up. If this was truly the guide for that line, then this bit here and this bit would actually be connected on the line. At least the tip is sort of connecting, but like this bit, why is that not connecting? This bit should be hitting the edge here if that was truly your guide. This makes no sense at all. The guide is useless. And again, I can only do this by tracing because that's all it tells me.
Let's draw the other fingers, starting with the little finger.
Slightly bent. How do you get that from a fucking house-like shape? I don't. The guide makes no sense. You're probably just better off going in and sketching the hand without the guide at all. I'm baffled. I am baffled. Like, how do you get any sense of that from the guide we've just done? So we did this erasure here, right, to say, hey, that's where each finger is. What? That's not at all. Look, it doesn't line up. It doesn't line up.
The overall shape of the hand.
It doesn't even get close to lining up. What was the point of the guide? I'm crashing out, guys. I'm actually crashing out. I'm actually fucking crashing out. I need to turn off the guide and see what the fuck this thing actually looks like. Wait, can I not? Are you not going to let me? Because I can't see what the final thing looks like properly without taking off the guide. Oh, this is so dumb. This is actually so dumb. Oh, guys, I had such good hopes for this app. I really did. It was looking really decent, and now it's just not doing very well. I'm trying to see if I can find something that is a bit more general rather than just tracing an image like this. You know, something that could actually possibly give me things that I can take away. So I'm just going to anatomy. Here's my anatomy essentials thing, yeah. So this is a thing that I wasn't allowed to do unless I paid or, of course, get the free trial. I'm not going to sit here and do everything, but I think what I will do is probably one of the full body lessons and just see if that actually gives me anything that can help. Anything that I can actually take away and use on my own if I was draw from scratch without having to trace over whatever guides it gives me. So let's go to female anatomy drawing front view. And let's see if this is going to give us anything that I can actually take away.
Let's begin. First, let's create a simple structure for the body.
What is that? No! No! Oh my god, what is that? Okay, look, I will 100% freely admit I don't know how to draw people, but I've been like gradually learning and trying to, you know, understand it. This is not what a guide for drawing a human looks like. That is not, oh my god. What is this circle in the middle? That's not what a pelvis looks like. This is not what your guide should look like for drawing people. This is not going to help you. There's nothing here that's going to help you. And the only reason this is going to be possible is because I am tracing what it's giving me and what it's telling me to do. In fact, before it tells me what to do, or I continue doing what it wants me to do, I'm going to quickly slightly sketch over this and show more what of a actual guideline for a human could look like. And I say that because I may not know how to draw them, but this is going to be a style of guide that I have seen a lot in a lot of sort of the videos that I've watched to help me learn. And usually that head, yeah, that head works. That head's fine. And usually you have obviously a neck, and then you want the shoulders coming down, and you want to be a bit more blocky from what I know. And then you want a dip for where the chest would be, like that. Then the torso is going to come down as the abdomen or stomach area. Your pelvis is more of this kind of shape. And then you have this semi-upside down triangle-ish shape. This is where your hips are. It's where your legs are going to join into your pelvis. Yeah, it's mainly just the body here that baffled me there. Like this what I've just done here is more accurate to how you probably should be doing it, and is sort of the general guide that I've seen people doing in tutorials I've watched. So yeah, that's how I would recommend doing it, is this sort of style. We're gonna see what way it's gonna try and bend the sketch to fit this weird ass guide it's given us. So let's erase this and do what it actually wants us to do, because I'm curious how it's even gonna make us use this thing.
Next, continue drawing the neck and shoulders in the second section.
See, this is where it doesn't fit, because in the guide that I just drew for you, the end of this neck would be touching where the shoulder meets. And you can see that this is just ending in midair. You can't rely on a line just ending in midair, because that's not actually any guide. That's just me following what it's telling me to trace, if that makes sense. Like, I'd have no way to know where to stop it if I were drawing this exact guide on my own. Like, the lines just feel random compared to the guide it's given. Like, so far this is correct for human anatomy, but the guide is not helping for it. I would admit that's usually how I do arms and legs, is with the can I have my eraser game? Thank you. But usually I would do arms with the circles and lines, to be fair. That is how I tend to do them, so I'm not going to complain about that. It was just the body that's really wacky with this guide. It should give us an idea of how to, like, make a guide for hands rather than just drawing them in, but give it claws, it looks like a fucking crab. Yeah, honestly, if it weren't for the guide being utterly useless, the way it's shown me the body shape and how it all connects and the anatomy of it is fine. That's perfectly fine. The anatomy's fine. You know, the way it all connects is fine. It's just the guide was so off and wrong. But again, it's not telling me anything like, hey, this is the knee, therefore you need your leg to do this as it goes around the knee. You know, it's not telling me that or anything. It's just telling me to trace over the line it's given me, which doesn't help in the long run.
Next, outline the waistline and pelvic area in the fourth section of the guideline.
This should have been done in the guides. That should have been done in the guideline, not now. It's not teaching me anything about the actual anatomy or why things are. It's just telling me to follow their lines. That's what it's doing. That's really bad. Wow, now I've lost the fucking... I'm just going to do it myself. There we go. I did better without the damn guide there. Anatomy itself is fine. It's just not telling me why things are how they are, or why the anatomy should look like that at that angle perspective. And also the guide is just wrong. Oh my god. Okay, so how am I meant to know where they actually go though? Because we've not done any guides on the face itself. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, I do usually just win it and put things where I feel it looks right. At the same time, some people rely on the guides. Oh yes, I'm just suddenly meant to know how to draw eyes. Cool. I mean, I know there were lessons before me doing this, but like, it should still give me some explanation, you know? Oh, and I hate that it pops it away like that. I can't do the other eye now. Yeah, it's literally not even telling me anything now. So like, I don't know why these things are how they are. I'm just gonna keep going with this and see how it turns out. I mean, I can see how it can somewhat help, because if you're someone like me who has a really good photographic memory, you can remember this in your head and remember all the lines and where everything goes. But not everyone has that. Not everyone can do that. And it's like, I just feel like it should be doing more actual teaching rather than just making me copy. You're way better off just going on YouTube, type in how to draw human anatomy and actually learning from one of those artists, because they will teach you the proper guides you need, why you need those guides, what each part is for, and that'll be something you can actually take away and apply yourself rather than being limited by just copying. Now I'm curious what this plus in the middle is. Canvas? I had to complete 5 lessons to unlock it. Okay, I'm just going to speed run some lessons and see what that is. Okay, now that we've done enough lessons, let's have a look at the... Oh! Is it an actual drawing thing? It's an actual drawing thing? Ooh, okay. I do like it when they include this. So my thing I'm curious about, are there any blending modes? Does not look like there's any blending modes. Okay. That kind of sucks because blending modes are really, really helpful and quite vital a lot of the time. But I do understand that the app not having them because this isn't a dedicated app for just drawing like this. So that makes sense. Now I'm just going to have a look at what each brush is like. Let's get black. So we have our normal one we've been using. Okay, is that more? Yeah, that's like a pencil. That's like the marker brush. Okay, is anything different about that? Not really. It's just a thicker, solid brush. And why does every app want a highlighter? Who's going to use a highlighter to draw? A fountain pen, which is going to give us probably... Wait, that's not doing what fountain pens do. Hello? Fountain pens are meant to have that, like, taper to them. Like, they're meant to, like, do this, where they almost have this difference. Like, I'm just drawing it manually here to show you what I mean. They almost have this difference, you know, depending on which way it's facing. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, this fountain pen doesn't have that, which is interesting. It's as high as it goes, so interesting. What is this? Oh my god, I found the stroke stabilizer and the pressure sensitivity, guys. Oh my god, okay. Oh, it's a shame you have to pay for that though, but yep, that's a stroke stabilizer and that's pressure sensitivity. Oh, that's so nice. That is what looks like a normal paintbrush. What about this? That's a grungy brush. That's like a shady blendy brush. Can I blend it a bit? Not quite. Okay. Airbrush, I'm going to assume. Yeah. What is that? Oh, neon. Oh, neon. That's actually very satisfying. I like that. Paint roller. Paint roller. It just lets you put a texture on, I guess. Nice, easy way to do some texture by the looks of it. What is this? Solid colors, gradient colors. Oh, that's your fit. Yeah, you're confused. Okay, Jesus. I've just had a bit of a stroke there. What is this? Hello? Oh, it's a blend. It's the blend. It's the blurry, blendy, smudgy brush. Okay. So there's some pretty decent brushes here, actually. I really like this one. Oh, that was like perfect for line art. If I turn the... Oh, wait, can I not? I can't change the size of that. But if I go to the line art one, yeah, okay, this normal one, you could change the size. See, I can change the size as I wish. I can't change the size on these ones? What the hell? That kind of defeats the whole purpose of them, because I would have used this one for line work, but I have to push really light if I want it. Yeah, that light, like, I could barely keep my pen on the tablet. I had to press so light to make it the width I would want it to be. Okay, let's just test out other features. Let's go to that for the time being. Make a new layer. Oh, image layer. Oh, hang on. So is this just imported an image? Oh no, that's the AI stuff. I don't want... No, I'm not. Okay, this is my own art. I'm not putting it through AI stuff. But yeah, it is just an image import. Okay. Which is quite nice. It means you can put refs in there if you want, you know, reference images. So as usual, I want to test out the AI thing just to see how bad it's going to be. I'm not putting my own art through it though, so I'm just going to go grab an image off Google. So I've got this image of a flower. It is an AI generated image on its own, which you can probably easily tell by the way the petals overlap weirdly. But I wanted to get an actual AI image for this because that means I'm not feeding someone else's art or photography into this. I'm not directly giving it another artist's work. And that makes me feel a bit happier in that sense. So first, let's try the background remove. Oh, wait, yeah, you need coins. I forgot about the coins. Okay, can I do a line extract? Then I'm most interested in that. Oh, wait, so I get 1 coin for free. We're fine there. So you get 1 daily coin for free. And I've asked it to do line extract. So I'm curious what that's going to do. I feel like that might give me line work. Yes, very, very crappily. Oh my god, that's awful. Oh my god, that is god awful. Okay, that is just, you can't work off of that at all. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's bad. So yeah, definitely not worth using the AI in this at all. But hey, because we've got premium, not only have we got all the new brushes, we've also got text. So I can go yippee. And then that gives me the text. Yep. For like not being a dedicated drawing program, it's actually quite extensive in what it lets you do. Just really a shame that AI is there. But I do appreciate some of these tools. I appreciate that it gives you layers, that it lets you do alpha lock and stuff. Though it is missing a few basic things like a color picker. I can't find that anywhere. Oh yeah, symmetry tool is pretty nice. So there's that if you want to use that. Yeah, it's got some nice features, but the AI part really lets it down, and it's missing a few things like blending mode layers and a color picker, which are things you can find in a dedicated drawing app. And I would always recommend getting a dedicated drawing app if you want a free canvas like this. But with that, we've pretty much looked at everything the app has to offer. Not much point in going through all of these images, they're going to be exactly the same thing. The masterclass is just an AI person talking crap to you. And yeah, quite frankly, I mean, I had high hopes for the app. And I mean, some of these lessons here are pretty decent. They're not too bad. But I don't know, I just feel like it could have been so much better. Another missed opportunity. So, what are my final thoughts on this app? Well, I had such high hopes for it. So much so that I'm actually more disappointed by this one than any of the others I've looked at so far. It literally takes Simply Draw and Artwork out and sort of mashes them together into this combination that actually works really well on paper. It's such a good idea. But they don't do it well enough. I was knocking the tracing all throughout, but you can use tracing to learn. However, just copying all the time without any sort of idea of why you're doing that way doesn't help you learn. So in this app, it's just telling you to trace over these lines it's given you, but it's not telling you why it's given you those lines. What are the purpose of those lines? Why does the line start here and end there? Why is there a point here? Why is it this shape? It doesn't tell you any of that, and therefore you can't take any of this away and apply it to your own freeform art, which you could do if you were to trace over reference images instead. Because I do say that tracing photography and reference images like that can help you learn, because you're looking at the image and your brain is starting to interpret and see the shapes that you need to see without it just being directly in front of you and told how to do it. You're more likely to learn that way than you are tracing over guidelines that an app is giving you. And you can also just go to YouTube, watch YouTube tutorials. You know, there's so many for, you know, specifically drawing humans if you want to do that. And they give you the guides and show you how to make your guidelines and why things need to look like that, what the perspective means. They actually tell you what you need to take away and apply to your own art. This app doesn't do that. And it's such a missed opportunity because it could have been so good. Imagine if what they did instead of you directly tracing, maybe they still keep some of the tracing lessons, but instead of all of them being directly tracing and copying, they have the guide off to the side and they show themselves drawing it, and then you copy that. Sort of like what Simply Draw did, except Simply Draw was, you know, all AI, so we're just going to shove that to one side. But basically have it that it's showing you the guide and then you draw next to it, because that way you can then understand it better. Now, putting the good stuff aside, because that is basically the only good stuff I have to say about this app, we have the two usual culprits of these learn to draw / drawing apps or whatever, that being the paywalls and the generative AI. So let's start with the paywalls. This app does not hold back with it. You are immediately thrown into it. It's just chucked in your face. And they hide that X so well. I could not find it for the longest time. But to even get to that screen where the X shows up, you have to press try it for free, and then press try it for free, and then press view plans, and then that's where it'll show up. And the view plans button is really small as well. So that's some pretty scummy tactics right there to force you into getting the free trial, and then maybe hoping you'll forget about it and just let the subscription continue so they take your money. You know, it's a very common practice that a lot of these sort of companies do. And then not to mention there is literally only one singular thing you can do for free without paying. And I'm not even talking about the free trial. I mean, if you were to never have the trial, never have the subscription, never have premium, there is only one single thing you can do. And you can only do that once daily. That is ridiculous. That is a paywall to the extreme. And quite frankly, what you unlock with the premium is not worth the money. Granted, this is a much cheaper plan than the other apps we've seen. Definitely much more viable, and it does fit the content you get better, but I still don't think it's worth it. I mean, like I said, I'm taxing my car for 35 quid a year. I've got a whole car that I'm paying that much on for a year. So that kind of gives you the idea of the value comparison there. And like I said before, the lessons you get with it just aren't worth it at all. They're not going to actually help you learn beyond like a certain amount. Now let's move on to the AI. I had seen it in the description of the app, and honestly, it wasn't as rampant as I was expected it to be. I was expecting it to be absolutely everywhere. I was expecting something like Simply Draw or Colourpop, where like every image is AI. But I was pleasantly surprised to find that the AI was actually quite confined. I couldn't really see any AI in those images on the homepage. The only one was that World Women's Day image that I don't even think was one you could draw. It was just a promotional one they put up. Still not great that they're doing that, but it wasn't actually part of the lessons. And then I think the people talking to you are also AI, especially that one in the anatomy class we did. You know, the audio was desynced, her mouth and face just looked weird, weren't moving, they weren't very animated. She looked half dead most of the time, to be honest with you. They did this poor girl dirty if she is like a real person they base the AI on. They did an AI sort of edit over, which is what I think they've done. I think they've taken a real clip and done an AI edit over it. They've asked AI to, you know, run it through, edit it, make it fit what they want it to say. And they have done that poor woman dirty. I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's very much another Tom from Simply Draw situation here. Pretty sure these people are AI, at least their voices seem to be fully AI, and the videos may be real videos that were then run through AI to replicate and mass produce. That's what I personally think has happened here. But as for the rest of the app, as long as you don't touch the AI section within the canvas and the drawings, then really you've not got AI to worry about. Except I'd be really distracted if I kept doing lessons and the video keeps coming up and it's just desynced and this woman looks as dead as this. I would just not be able to focus on what I was doing. It would creep me out in the end. So yeah, all in all, not as bad as the other ones we've looked at, especially not when it comes to AI implementation, but the paywalls are just as bad and the lessons are just as useless. And yeah, overall, I would not recommend this app, especially not spending money on it at all. Really only get it if you're able to be patient enough and wait to do one thing a day and that's it, because that's ridiculous. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, maybe leave a like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And let me know in the comments down below if there's any other art apps you'd like to see me try out for a video. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see all you wonderful people in the next video. Bye!